What's up, folks? Today, we're time traveling to explore the heart-stopping, centuries-old mysteries of the Puri Jagannath Temple. We're diving into the unbelievable recent events where the Indian government broke open those massive three locks sealed shut for nearly 46 years to enter the secret treasure chamber. Are these warnings all just myths? Did the gods' curse strike them down? It's not snakes or ghosts, but countless ancient treasure chests, gem-encrusted jewelry, and silver ornaments. The list goes on. Can you believe the sheer value of these artifacts? Even the temple authorities are saying, Krishna's curse won't spare you. The world is about to witness this. But hold on. There's a twist coming at the end of this video, and I'm going to drop it right here in the intro. The Krishna temple we know today as Puri Jagannath was actually a temple dedicated to a different god in ancient times. So, who was that god? What really happened in Puri 1,000 years ago? Get ready to uncover the real history. Okay? So why has this temple become such a massive news story after almost 46 years? Well, during the recent elections, a major promise from one of the political parties was, if we come to power, we'll open the treasure chamber of Puri Jagannath Temple, untouched for 46 years, and take stock of all the treasures. The last time any inventory was taken was way back in 1978. Built nearly 850 years ago, this temple has two treasure chambers, designed like the yolk of an egg. The outer shell is the outer wall. The white part inside is the accessible space, and the inner core, that's the second chamber. The outer chamber, the Bara Bhandara, is occasionally opened by the temple management. But the inner chamber, the Bitar Bhandar, remains untouched. When it was last opened in 1978, it was estimated to hold 12,831 pari of gold and 22,153 padi of silver. One pari is equivalent to 11.66 grams. So, according to the 1978 calculations, there were 150 kilograms of gold and 258 kilograms of silver in that secret inner chamber. The problem is, after 1978, the keys to this three-locked treasure vault mysteriously disappeared. Many controversies arose about the misappropriation of temple jewelry, leading to several court cases. Ultimately, the court ruled that the structural integrity of these centuries-old chambers needed to be assessed. If they weren't sound, the treasures had to be inventoried and moved to a new building. But this was delayed due to the local people's beliefs, like the legend of a giant serpent inside, whose opening would bring about the world's end, and the fear of a divine curse. Now, despite all that, after the lotus bloomed in Odisha, to fulfill their election promise, they broke open those three massive keyless locks on July 15th at noon. But they didn't just walk in casually. A team of 12, including members from the Forest Department, Police and Archaeological Survey, entered the inner chamber, following temple traditions. And what did they find? Contrary to people's beliefs, there were no snakes, and those who went inside came out after nearly 5 hours. The team told the media that gold, diamond, and silver ornaments were found safely in 5 boxes. Now, the structural integrity of the building and the existence of the treasures will be assessed. So why do people perpetuate these kinds of stories? To understand that, we need to know the original story of this temple. If we travel back thousands of years, beyond our imagination, Dwarka is destroyed and Krishna is fatally wounded by an arrow. It's the Pandavas who perform his final rites. And then, something incredible happens. Even after his body is cremated, Krishna's heart, made of a mysterious metal, continues to beat with unimaginable energy. That heart is protected by the descendants of the Pandavas. Later, this heart comes into the possession of the Pandyan king, Indradyumna. One day, Lord Vishnu appears in the king's dream and says, "Install my heart in my traditional form and build a temple over it. You'll find the wood for the idols by the seashore." The next day, the Pandyan king goes to the seashore and finds 3 logs. But when a metal tool strikes the wood, the tool shatters. "Oh God, what is this test?" the king laments. Just then, an elderly sculptor comes to the king and says, "I will carve the idols from this wood, but I need 28 days. I will work in a closed room, and no one should disturb me during those 28 days. The king agrees to his conditions, and the room is sealed. but no sound comes from inside. Suspicious, the king impatiently opens the door a crack. Inside, he sees partially completed idols, but the old sculptor is gone. The king is shocked, and then he hears a divine voice. "King, I am the one who appeared before you as the elderly sculptor. You should have waited for 28 days. You have failed my test, but it's all right. Install these idols and build my temple over them." Obeying the command, the king enshrines Krishna's heart in the idols and builds the temple over them. This temple is the Puri Jagannath temple. It's incredibly ancient, dating back many years, and they make another mysterious claim. Even today, Krishna's heart is said to be beating inside the Jagannath idol in the temple's inner sanctum. Every 12 years, without anyone knowing, the temple's security cameras are turned off, and Krishna's heart is transferred to a new wooden idol in a secret ceremony. No outsiders are allowed during this ritual. So, there are many mysterious stories about this temple. Along with them are related side stories, like the great serpent inside and Krishna's curse, and tales like the pot placed on stacked firewood, cooking from the top down, and the ever-abundant prasad. These may be stories, but history sheds light on the truth. I'm going to reveal a key point right here in the intro. Before the Puri Jagannath temple was built, there was a massive Buddhist monastery there. There's evidence for this. If we look back at the pages of history, nearly 1700 years ago, Odisha was known as the Kalinga kingdom. While the Kalingas ruled this region, in the 3rd century BCE, Ashoka invaded and conquered Kalinga. After that, Emperor Ashoka, realizing his mistakes, became a devout Buddhist and built many Buddhist monasteries and viharas throughout the land. Many Buddhist temples were built by Ashoka in Kalinga, including in the Puri area. To confirm this, let's delve deeper into historical records. In the 7th century CE, almost 1300 years ago, about 500 years after Ashoka captured Kalinga, a Chinese monk came to India to learn about Buddhism and its philosophy. He traveled throughout India for nearly 17 years, learning about the Buddhist scriptures, people's lifestyles, and the culture of each region. After completing his long journey in India, he returned to China. There, he wrote down his experiences and observations. In the 19th century, about 100 years ago, researchers translated his travelogue from Chinese and published it as a book. The book is titled The Great Tang Dynasty Record of the Western Regions. In the 11th chapter of this book, Xuanzang says about the country of Kalinga. From the Udayagiri hills on the coast of Kalinga to the Ratnagiri hills, that entire coastal region had more than 100 Buddhist monasteries. Puri is located between Ratnagiri and Udayagiri. The 7th century Chinese traveler confirms this. His account corroborates the existence of a Buddhist temple in Puri. To further support this claim, we must also consider the words of the great sage Swami Vivekananda, who lived in the 18th century. After Vivekananda's death in 1902, his teachings and lectures were compiled into a book called The Complete Works of Swami Vivekananda. In the 7th chapter of that book, Vivekananda, while talking to his disciple, says, Puri was originally a Buddhist temple. It was only after Ramanujacharya traveled to Puri that it was converted into a Vaishnavite site. So, are those claims about Krishna's 5,000-year-old heart all false? I'll leave the decision to you, the viewers who have watched this video so far. Our job is only to bring the true history to you. There's no harm in knowing the real history. In my opinion, all gods are one. I don't see anything wrong with it being a Vishnu temple. Even if it was converted 800 years ago, it has an 800-year-old tradition. Let people's beliefs remain as they are. Whatever form it is God. Don't confine God to just one specific boundary. Every town is my hometown. All are my kin. This alone is God. Never be deceived. A big thank you to all the friends who have been watching our channel's videos, subscribing, and supporting us. Please share. And let us know in the comments what kind of new topics you'd like to see. Until we meet you with many more interesting, informative, and exciting videos, this is me, signing off. Thank you.